Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome back to the channel, and so everybody breathe in a little taste of positivity because the Minnesota Vikings this offseason, it has been boring. It has not made any splash signings, but it has been one of the more successful off seasons that I can remember. And the overall consensus I have as we're kind of easing our way out of free agency and into the NFL draft is it's a good damn time to be a Vikings fan. And the Danielle Hunter news just broke earlier this morning that Adam Theilen restructure, the Harrison Smith restructure. You know, normally I would title this video, Minnesota Vikings breaking news, restructure this, but I'm just going to title it, it's a good time to be a Vikings fan. And listen, this is just all positivity in this video because I actually have some incredible points that you guys are going to need to wait for on why the Vikings have really set themselves up for years of success in the NFC North, and they're building a damn culture. Culture. The thumbnail of this video might just be culture circled in red because that's what Queasy, Kevin O'Connell, they're all building. Culture, it's a good time to be a Vikings fan. Let's get into it right now. So the first thing about culture, that's the number one thing when I was looking at these most recent moves. I've been enjoying watching the March Madness games just like all of us probably have. We got the Minnesota Twins signing Carlos Correa. There's been a lot of big moves surrounding the Minnesota Vikings. Devante Adams getting traded. There's been really no big news for the Vikes. But Harrison Smith and Adam Thielen both restructuring their contract speaks volumes to the culture that Queasy and Kevin O'Connell are creating. So I want you guys just to imagine this. You get a new boss at work, and he comes in and he says, and let's say your work has a hypothetical cap space, or cap space, or cap limit to however, we all know how cap space works. And he comes up to you, and you're one of the more prominent employees at your company, and he's talking about restructuring immediately. Normally that would view people, and they would be kind of offended by it. Guys like Adam Thielen and Harrison Smith. But clearly, he knows these are team-first guys. Queasy and Kevin O'Connell probably came to him with a game plan on, hey, you guys restructure. Harry, if we get your $6 million here, Thielen, we get your $8 million here, that clears up 14. We can go bring back a Danielle Hunter, or we can go bring in the Teeter guy from the Browns who's a center, which I don't know why they haven't even met with him yet. But anyways, that's another video for another day. But on a real note, I think it does speak volumes to the culture that the Vikings are building. I think also with the amount of players that have left the NFC North this year, really think about it. I mean, Devante Adams and Khalil Mack were two of the best players in the North, and Akeem Hicks is leaving. The North has lost a lot of really good players, and the Vikings have been kind of just standing back, waiting their turn in this free agency, grabbing a Harrison Phillips here, grabbing a Jordan Hicks here. And it's just the culture they have built this offseason. I know a lot of people just view what the Vikings are doing and just be like, all right, there's just a team going through the motions. They're not really, it doesn't really seem like this huge scheme that they have. But you also forget, Queasy in his press conference, he said this is going to be a journey. I mean, the reason I wanted to make this video also is because I see a lot of Vikings fans getting upset with the offseason. What did you want them to do? I mean, yes, trading for Deshaun Watson, that's easier said than done. But did you just see the asking price that just went for Deshaun Watson? 3 firsts, a third, and a fifth, and you have to guarantee him $230 million? I think the Vikings have set themselves up. They are the favorite to win the NFC North next season. They will be the favorite to win it for the next couple of seasons. The Bears are going to be a dumpster fire. The Lions are going to be a dumpster fire. The Vikings are going to win the division this next season. I just think it's a great time to be a Vikings fan. I mean, just Devante Adams leaving the division. Khalil Mack and Akeem Hicks. The Vikings' dads. That's who I refer to Akeem Hicks as is Garrett Bradbury's father. And thank God he'll probably be out of the division unless he signs with the Packers or Lions. I'm hoping he still signs with us. But my conclusion over the past couple days, it's a good time to be a Vikings fan. I think patience in the NFL, there's always kind of this notion that's being thrown around right now that aggressiveness wins in the NFL. And it's kind of easy to say that because, listen, it does win. Like the Broncos, they're being aggressive by getting Russell Wilson right now. But the Broncos also, you have to work to get to a point where you can go get a Russell Wilson. The Vikings are in such cap space hell where people expect them to go just trade for a Deshaun Watson or trade for a Russell Wilson. Those dudes are making like more than Kirk is, way more than Kirk is, and there is way more guaranteed money with them in comparison to Kirk, which is crazy. Obviously, the QB play, huge upgrade and everything, but I just think with the Minnesota Vikings, they're building a culture. They have guys restructuring, guys coming back, bringing in a couple key guys here. I think the draft is going to be huge for us. If you just look around the division, you just look around the NFC, they're all losing guys. The Vikings haven't really brought any big names in, but we haven't lost anybody. Like, if you just rank the top 10 players in the NFC North, yes, you got like your Jair Alexander, Rodgers, and Bakhtiari for the Packers. They're obviously in there, but then it's Danielle Hunter, Cook, Jefferson, Smith. I mean, there's a lot of talent on this Vikings roster, and obviously coaching wins, defense wins, but also you need some damn players to go win in this league. Everybody, final point. This is actually what I wanted to get to. Final point. There's kind of this theory in sports is when other teams in your city start to win and be aggressive, it puts pressure on the other teams in the city. So what did the Minnesota Twins just do? Went and go get Carlos Correa. The Minnesota Timberwolves are winning basketball games for the first time in a while. The Minnesota Wild are winning hockey games in a while. For the first time in a while. This is great for the city of Minnesota. It's putting pressure on our Vikings. It's a good time to be a Vikings fan. It's honestly a good time to be a Minnesota sports fan. Thank you guys so much for watching. Skol Vikes. Enjoy the games this weekend. Take a load off. Realize we got the best team in the NFC North. Thank you so much. See you guys next time.